Alright, Assalamualaikum. So, welcome to LPE2501. Make sure that you are in the right group 42. So, I am Manu Ashikin. So, I will be your instructor for the semester. Okay. I assume that you have already accessed my Edmodo group. Okay. So, if you have done so, please go, as you listen to my lecture, please go to your Edmodo account and please look at the course briefing slide. Okay, it's at the third post. Okay, so this is LPE2501 again. Okay, academic writing for semester 1 2020-2021. So the prerequisite for this course is LPE2301 academic interaction and presentation. So make sure if you want to join this course, you have taken LPE2301 already. If you haven't, I think you will have to drop this course, okay, because I don't think you'll be prepared to take it if you haven't taken LPE 301. Okay, as for the teacher details, okay, it's not there yet, but this is just a brief info on me. So my name is Nurul Ashikin Amalina. You can call me Madam Ashikin. I will be teaching this course. Alright, so my phone number I think you can access via WhatsApp. And then my email also, I will just write that down on WhatsApp also. Okay, and my room is at Teratai Muara, just in case some of you are on campus and you would like to see me. So my room is at Teratai Muara, Calc. Okay, alright. As for texting me or emailing me or calling me, I have a strict rule about that. Make sure you contact me if you feel like you have to text me or ask me anything. Please make sure it's during working hours. It's 9 to 6 on a weekday. Okay, on weekdays. Please try not to WhatsApp or text me or email me during the weekend. Alright, I may not be looking at my phone all the time during the weekend, and I may not be accessing my email during the weekend, so your text or email might be lost somehow. So please just if you need to talk to me, you need to tell me something, or you need to text me or whatever, please do it during weekdays 9 to 6 p.m. Alright, okay, next. Okay, so the course synopsis. What you need to know about LPE2501 is that it focuses on constructing well-developed paragraphs in academic writing, applying appropriate conventions to avoid plagiarism, and reviewing and revising academic writing. So what you need to know about LPE2501 is that we will not be actually writing the whole essay, okay? Because at the end of the semester, we'll only be asking you to write 2 paragraphs in total. So it's just how to develop a paragraph. That's what we aim for in this course, right? Okay, next, learning outcome. So what we aim for you to get by the end of this course is that you'll be able to construct well-developed paragraphs in academic writing. Okay, so we focus on the structure of the essay, which is the paragraph, the main component of the essay. And then for you to be able to use appropriate conventions to avoid plagiarism in academic writing, and for you to review and revise academic writing. Alright, next. Okay, so that is the textbook that you need to get. Alright, so please make sure you buy the book, preferably before week 4. So I will forward to you the text on how to purchase the book from this book supplier. His name is Mr. Tan. You may contact him, okay, in order for you to buy the book. As for the international student, Mr. Tan said that he will forward you something, okay. So you just have to deal with him. I will forward the link to WhatsApp. Alright. Okay, so this is the book. This is a must. I will use the textbook, so mind you, please get the book. Please buy the book. Do not ask me to buy the book for you. You have to deal with Mr. Tan yourself, right? Okay, next. How to buy the textbook? Okay, you can just read. I will just forward the link to you. Right. Okay, let's look at slide number 7, the course assessment. So what you have to know about LPE2501 is that you will have roughly 5 main assessments, okay, throughout the whole entire semester. So it comprises of 3 writing portfolios, SCL worksheets, as well as a final exam at the end of the semester. So this final exam will be conducted online via Edmodo. Time and date and how will be informed later. Okay, so don't worry about that yet. Okay, let's look at the first one, writing portfolio task 1. Okay, so this is your assessment 1. It will carry 10% of the whole entire grade. Okay, this will take place beginning next week to week 6. And then you have writing portfolio task 2, which is considered as your assessment number 2. This one will carry 20%. Okay, this will take place in week 7 to week 10. And then writing portfolio task 3, the last writing portfolio. Okay, this one will encompass 30% of the whole entire grade. This will take place immediately after writing portfolio task 2, week 10 to 13. Okay, and then you have your SCL worksheet. I think you're clear about what SCL worksheets. Okay, so SCL worksheet, you have to complete all of it. Okay, so in order for you to get the full 10 marks, mind you, now even, okay, let's say the SCL worksheet are 14, okay, and then you only completed 13 out of 14, I will not give you the 10% mark, sorry. So in order for you to get the whole 10% mark, you have to complete all of the 14 SCL worksheet. You miss one, no 10 marks. You miss 2, of course, 0. Alright, so again, for you to get all of the 10 marks, you have to make sure you complete all of the SCL worksheets given. Okay, and then of course you have your final exam, which carries 30% of the whole entire grade. Okay, so this will be done during exam week. Details and whatsoever will be told later, so don't worry yet. Okay, next, now let me explain each of the assessment one by one. Okay, let's go to writing portfolio first. Now this writing portfolio plans or aims to expose the students to the writing process, the planning, the developing of ideas, the writing and editing. So like I said, for LPE2501, we don't intend for you to write the whole entire essay yet. We just want to teach you structure by structure, especially in the paragraph component. Okay, and then we will guide you to construct grammatically correct and coherent sentences within well-structured academic paragraphs. Okay, so mind you, when in this course, you will be writing an academic text and not a simple informal essay. Alright, next, we will teach you how to avoid plagiarism. Okay, plagiarism is roughly said, is roughly put like you simply copy and pasted other people's work without acknowledging the sources. So we have ways to detect if you plagiarize, if you simply copy and paste it, whatever. So don't do that. Right? Okay, next. By employing methods such as paraphrasing, summarizing, and using appropriate convention for citing and referencing sources. Like I said, okay, how to acknowledge other people's work in your writing is by using citation and referencing. So throughout this course, we will go through each of the topic one by one. So we will teach you how to provide in-text citation and how to provide referencing in order for you to avoid doing plagiarism. Okay, and then last, we want to train you to be able to edit and proofread your own writing. Okay, next. Okay, so the writing portfolio, like I said, will be divided into 3 main tasks. Task 1, Task 2, and Task 3. So first, the first one, we will need you to brainstorm a topic and support your points. Okay, so you will have to look for excerpts. Excerpts here means that you have to refer to academic articles in order for you to support your evidence. You cannot simply come up with your own supporting evidence. No, it doesn't work that way. You have to read academic article or journals or textbook or research paper and the likes in order for you to be able to support your writing. Okay. And then for task 1, we will need or ask you to outline 2 body paragraphs. Alright. Task 2, you will start developing supporting details by paraphrasing and summarizing excerpts, as well as adding in-text citation using APA style. So in Malaysia, we use APA style. So for those international students, maybe you're using a different type of style like MLA or whatever. Okay, so in this university we use APA style. So I will explain this in our next lesson. Okay, and then task 3 is when you start writing your 2 complete paragraphs, and you edit the paragraph before you send it to me. Alright. Okay. So this is the outline. I think you can read on your own in slide 10. Okay, it's a more graphic detail on the flow of each task. Okay, next. Okay, so these are the deadlines that you have to really take into matter. Okay, because I'm the type of person, I want you to be able to take responsibility for your own studies and for your own assignment. I am not going to accept late submission of work. Why? Because I have already uploaded all of the necessary details and deadlines for you to submit your work. So there's no excuse for you to miss out on the date, or you say that you forget or whatever. I'm not gonna accept that excuse unless you have a really valid reason, like you are hospitalized or whatever. Okay, so make sure you take note of the important deadlines and do not miss any of the important submission deadline. Okay. Next, okay, SCL worksheet. This one is meant to be done individually. There are 7 worksheets in total. It starts in it starts this week to week 14. Okay, and then you are to submit them via Edmodo based on the deadline that I will give. So this one I will mention the deadline to you, when to submit and how to submit. So make sure, like I said, if there are 7 worksheets, make sure you complete all 7 worksheets in order for you to get the 10% mark. If you missed out on 1 or 2 or 3, that means you have lost 10 marks already. So take note of this, alright? Okay, so this is the weekly schedule and the important deadlines, okay, that you have to take note of. So you can read this on your own, and please make sure that you do not miss any of the important deadlines. Okay, alright. So Edmodo, I think you're clear about using Edmodo, right? So if you have any problem about how to access Edmodo, you may ask me later. Okay. Wait. Okay, so in the same third post, I have also uploaded a weekly schedule for you to take note of. So I am always gonna refer to the weekly schedule, and what is supposed to happen by that week will happen by that week. Okay, so whenever you come to class, please make sure you are prepared. You read your weekly schedule, and please, okay, make sure you prepare whatever it is that needs to be prepared, and you settle whatever that needs to be settled before you come to my class. Alright, because I have already provided you with a detailed weekly schedule, so there's no reason for you to come to class unprepared. Okay, so by week 1, okay, we're supposed to be learning about the introduction to academic writing. Okay, so I'm gonna explain to you what is academic writing all about. Okay, now the lecture notes have also been uploaded on Edmodo. So lecture notes 1 is there. Okay, so the first things first, we are going to recognize the features, types and structures for academic writing for today. Okay, next class we are going to learn on how to use strategies for pre-writing, brainstorming, pre-writing. So there are two techniques here, brainstorming, that is clustering and outlining. Okay, so for this week, okay, you have two exercises or assignments that you need to complete and submit to me by the end of this week. Number 1, SCL worksheet 1, and number 2, your brainstorming form. Okay, you have to complete this in order for me to check and see if your topic is suitable enough, and by next week I will inform whether you can proceed with your topic or not. Right? Okay, alright, now let's go to my latest post on Edmodo. Alright, there I have already uploaded 3 materials. Number 1, lecture notes 1, and then SEL worksheet 1, and then writing portfolio task 1, brainstorm form. So like I said, by the end of this week, you will have to submit to me 2 different exercises or assignments. Number 1, SEL worksheet 1, and number 2, writing portfolio task 1. Okay, so let's go to lecture notes 1 first. Okay, if you are looking at the lecture notes 1 right now, okay, so we are going to identify what is an academic writing. So let's look at lecture note 1. Now, academic writing refers to the style of writing that follows a specific structure and uses formal academic language. Okay, so this is different from the type of languages that you use in daily life or in texting or in posting on your social media account. So academic writing has to be formal and everything has to be structured. Okay, so it involves stating writers' viewpoints objectively. Okay, you cannot be biased in an academic writing. Okay, let's say you want to write about Android versus iPhones. Okay, even if you like iPhone so much, in an academic writing, you cannot show that to the reader that you are biased towards iPhone as compared to Android. So you cannot show that. You have to be general and you have to be unbiased. Okay, and supporting them using credible evidences and references. Okay, credible evidences and references mean that you have to take note of the type of sources that you use to support your argument, to support your ideas. You cannot simply come up with the evidence or whatever. Okay, it doesn't work that way. So in order for you to achieve a credible evidence, you have to read. Okay, you have to read academic journals, articles, textbooks, research paper or thesis. Okay, or some type of newspaper articles can be acceptable. And be careful of the online sources that you use. You cannot simply use any blogspot or website that you think is okay enough for you to use to support your main ideas. Okay, it doesn't work that way. It has to be from maybe a government website, credible website. Okay, that one can be accepted, but Wikipedia, no. Now, why do I say that Wikipedia cannot be accepted? Now, Wikipedia is easily accessible by everyone all around the internet. So these people do not have the actual credibility to write on the said topic. Okay, people with credibility are like doctors, professors, or those who have done research on the said issue. Now, those are the kind of people that you can refer to, not people who simply write or add information as they like, even if they do not have the credentials for it. Okay, so this is what it means by credible evidence. Okay, another example is if you want to talk about the pandemic COVID, who is most credible to give an insight into the issue? Is it me? Or is it a certified doctor working in a hospital dealing with the issue right now? Okay, So surely I am not qualified to talk about the COVID, okay, the pandemic COVID, because why? I do not have the credibility to talk about it. I am not an expert to talk about the issue. The only experts that can talk about the issue is doctors and researchers doing studies on the on the pandemic COVID, right? So even if you see that your lecturer is someone credible enough to you, but if she or he is not an expert in that field, you cannot refer to him or her for your writing, okay? If the topic is related to your lecturer's field of study, then you can refer to him. But if it's not related to your field of study and you want to ask his or her opinion just because you think that he or she has a doctor in front of their name, it doesn't work that way. Alright, it has to be an expert in that field. Okay, so academic writing demonstrates elements of unity, coherence, and adheres to the formal conventions of punctuation, spelling, grammar, as well as citation and referencing style. For example, okay, in normal informal situation, you would simply say bro instead of brother. So in academic writing, you cannot say bro. You have to spell it in full, brother or sister. Or another example, dad. At home, you may call your dad or ayah or whatever. But in an academic writing, you have to substitute that with father or mother. So those are the more acceptable form, the more formal form that you can use to write your academic paper. Okay. Okay, if you are looking at the example of the academic text and the non-academic text given in the boxes below, okay, so you will see that okay, according to the question asked here, which of the examples above contain lengthy sentences? Of course, the academic text. Why? Because you have to write it in a more formal way, in a correct spelling, and you cannot use simple everyday words. In other words, they call it colloquial language. For example, children versus kids. Now, which one is more formal in nature? Okay, it's children, not kids. So you cannot write kids in your academic paper, but you have to change it or substitute it to the formal version of the word, which is children. Okay, so number 2, which of the examples above use simple everyday words? The non-academic text. If you read this, okay, many people are getting sick and dying because of air pollution, and you compare that to the academic text. Over the past decade, an increasing number of epidemiological studies have linked urban air pollution to increased risk for morbidity and mortality. So here it says it provides the readers with actual reason as to why people are getting sick and dying because of air pollution. When you compare that to the non-academic text, the sentences are much more simpler, and the sentence do not contain enough information for the readers to truly understand the situation. So this is the differences between academic text and non-academic text. Okay. Alright, next. Which of the examples above is most likely found in academic journals? Of course, the first text in the first box. Okay, so like I said, please read these two sentences, these two texts, and then you can see the differences between the two, right? Okay, so next we want to talk about the features of academic writing. Now, there are 5 features that you need to take note of when it comes to academic writing. Okay, number 1, the organization of your essay. Now, like I said, it has to be formal in structure, where it contains 3 different components: introduction, body, and conclusion. Now, the introduction will include a thesis statement. Now, thesis statement does not mean that you are writing a thesis. A thesis statement is when you write the gist, okay, the gist, G-I-S-T, the gist of your essay into one complete sentence. That means, for example, you want to talk about the harmful effects of exercises. So you say, no, the benefits of exercises. So you say in your thesis statement, the benefits of exercises are increased lifetime, and then whatever. So those are 2 points that you aim to discuss in your body paragraph, right? So this is how you write your thesis statement. It's complete. When the readers could know, okay, this person wants to write about the benefits of exercises, and then this person explains some more what are the benefits of exercises in one sentence. So this is called a thesis statement. And then the body paragraph. Now, the body paragraph refers to the 2 main idea that you stated in the thesis statement just now. Like I said, benefits of exercises. Okay, number 1, healthier. Number 2, you can have a longer lifeline or whatever. So healthier is for paragraph 1, longer lifeline is for paragraph 2. Okay, so body paragraph can be as many as 3 to 5 for a formal essay structure. Alright, and then conclusion, you have to have a concluding sentence and the paragraph. Alright, okay, next let's go to the language form. Like I said, in an academic paper, it has to be complex, and it has to use a variety of sentence types, not just simple sentences, but also compound, complex, and compound complex sentences. Okay, this type of sentences will be explained to you later. Alright, okay, next, language needs to be more formal in nature, in the sense that they cannot be any colloquial language. Like I said, children versus kids, which one do you use? Okay, in an academic setting, you have to use the former, which is children. And then you cannot include any contraction. Contraction here refers to is not. You cannot put it into isn't or doesn't or didn't. You can't. You have to write it in full. Is not, did not, does not. Okay. And then cohesion across sentences. Okay, cohesion means you show to your readers where you're going with your idea. For example, you say first. Okay, so when you write first, this is a transition signal. When you say first, people will understand, okay, so this is the writer's first point. And then when you say second, and then your reader will understand, okay, this person is talking about the second issue right now. So first, second, third, or next, or furthermore, or moreover, or other than that. Those are all examples of transition signals which are a must for you to include in your writing. So please make sure you understand what are transition signals. Okay, please go and find out what are transition signals. Okay, next, the content. Okay, so the content, in the sense that you have to make sure that you address a specific readers. Okay, like I said, if you're simply saying that you want to write about the pandemic COVID, that is too general. Like, people will ask, so what is about pandemic COVID? What do you want to write about? Is it about the effects? Is it about the causes? Okay, so when people are asking you this means that you are not being specific enough. In order for you to be specific, you have to mention, okay, the effects of the pandemic COVID to the general population, or like I said just now, the benefits of exercise, and not simply exercise alone. Okay, and then it has an objective, and that it is specific, not personal. That means cannot be biased in your writing. Contains precise facts and figures. Where do you get the facts and figures from? From academic journals, from academic articles, from textbook, from research paper and whatnot. Okay, you cannot simply ask or come up with these facts, right? Next, incorporates ideas taken from various sources. So this is what it means by when you read other people's work, when you read a journal or an article or whatever. So please make sure you acknowledge them by including a proper in-text citation and referencing. Okay, so in-text citation is like, okay, according to William, okay, and then you put the year. When did he write the paper? Okay, 2004. According to William, 2004, blah, blah, blah. So this is you acknowledging the sources came from this author, William, and not from you. Okay, next, text. Okay, so when it comes to academic paper, the text types are informative, argumentative, comparison and contrast, and cause and effect. Okay, so there are certain ways and manners to write this essay. That's why it is considered as academic in nature. And then the examples of sources that you can use as your references and evidence, okay, academic books, research papers or research articles, dissertation or thesis, literary analysis, academic journals, lab reports, essays written by an expert, okay, newspaper articles. There are some that can be accepted and some cannot be accepted. And then textbooks. Those are all of the acceptable form of sources that you can use in your writing. Alright, okay. Now as for the pre-writing strategies, okay, I will continue this in the next class. In the next class, alright, okay. So I will continue in the next class. Alright, so please check you are at Modo. There you can see your SEL worksheet 1 and your brainstorm form 1. Please complete that and submit it via Edmodo by the end of this week. I have already created 2 different posts for those. Okay, one submission post for SEL and another submission post for the brainstorm form. So please submit them on those separate posts by the end of this week. I will mention the post will be up by Friday this week. Okay, alright, so we'll see each other again in the next class. Alright, so thank you for listening to my lecture. And okay, what do I have? Okay, sorry, before that I want you to do something, okay, in order as proof as you have listened to my lecture. Okay, okay, please look at lecture notes 1 again, right? Alright, so before I go and explain to you what pre-writing strategies are all about, can you briefly explain to me how and what are these two pre-writing strategies are? They are clustering and outlining. So how do you explain to me what are these clustering and outlining processes? Okay, so submit your answers via WhatsApp by typing. Okay, so this is an individual task. Okay, again the question is, explain to me what are pre-writing strategies and explain to me what are these strategies all about. Number 1, clustering, and number 2, outlining. Alright, okay, so thank you. So I hope to see you in the next class.